where it's just like, you know, oh, I don't think anybody's better than me. So the follow-up question is obviously, okay, so who's, no, I don't, like, I'm not the best in the world, so who's better than you? Nobody. Yeah. Just say, just throw it down, drop it, just do it, man. Drop the hammer and really bring the pain, because you can definitely do it. He is so scary, but really New York, they have such depth in their DPS and their support. Everybody is on point, and so it hasn't gone their way on the first map of this series, but second map now, Control, we could definitely see them tying this up 1-1.
Yeah, they're also missing one of their main supports too, so a little fish out of water situation here. They're not able to play Arc. He's still, I believe, struggling with a wrist injury or something along those lines, but he should be back as soon as possible, and they want to hold the fort for him while he's gone here. So we're going to open up here on the night market. You can buy all sorts of goods.
I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and roll on that real quick because, you know, it can happen to any of us. Wrist injuries, guys. It can. Josh, I know you got the meme going right now with the green cast, but I mean, guys, stretch a little bit, keep on top of that, because there's nothing worse than an injury that just sticks with you from overuse.
You know, I have no sympathy for it. It's like, hey, you know, it'd be a good idea, strapping sticks to my feet and going down a snowy hill. Like, come on.
That's a great idea, Hex.
That's a terrible idea.
How are you knocking skiing? And he wasn't even skiing, he was snowboarding? I mean, I get it if you're saying snowboarding.
Fine, whatever. Let me show you both of my working wrists, and that's how I'm knocking it.
All right, well, let's get into the thick of things here. London Spitfire versus New York Excel. It is map 2. London currently up 1-0 in this series out of 4 maps. And already right into the thick of things here, and I do like to see this from Profit. We get the Reaper right out the gates, Hex.
Yeah, no Tracer in this lineup for London, so it's going to just become fight us at the point if you dare. So they're just going to take first control, really good, just zoning out right now, and they're going to have to find a way to dive in. But diving in on a Reaper as a Winston, not gonna work out for you.
You just see how that's gonna happen as well, because Prophet, he's just getting tunneled by his healers right now, making sure that he stays alive. You keep the Reaper alive, nobody else is gonna survive. He's gonna mangle him. Look at this guy going to work right now. 2 kills, and he couldn't even get a third, but he decides to have just a shred of mercy and let him get out.
Ironically, they took Pine out because one of the best counters to a Reaper can be a McCree. Reaper doesn't like fighting at less than full health, so if you get him in a headshot, maybe you can get him to use Wraith form and then chase him down with your Tracer, something along those lines. Libero is off the 76. They're going to transition into a full dive composition here.
And then, you know, you got the sleeper agent over here. Soldier 76 going in with the tag finds and Save Yobi is down. Mano as well. You have to worry. It's this 1-2 punch combination, man. Profit is there to ruin the tanks, and then Birdring in the meantime, just killing your squishies.
Use the sound barrier there, so they will be behind in that ultimate, but so far, Jonak is at 17%, and Mano's gonna be at 77%. It's so hard to get back up. This map is brutal when you lose first control, because it's where do we go? You either go over the bridge and maybe die and go for a swim, or you go through the small pack room, which is just one of the tightest chokes in the game.
Yep, there's the boost, trying to get him into position. It will be the Death Blossom, full on, die, and Libero, he's gone. But there will be Sivyobi on the edge just for a second longer. The recall will be able to get him out of harm's way, and Profit dodges the self-destruct. Unfortunately, this is definitely not where you want to be, Jonas. Not when there's a Reaper. You may have a whole lot of HP, but he will still shred you.
I believe that NYXL has got 1 kill so far this game. The next fight really important because we're nearing 80%. You have to imagine you're going to see a barrier into a blade. You don't want to go to the end around holding those ultimates. So it's a matter of if they can get in here. I think you barrier before the bridge and then blade over the top of it, but they're going to try to get positioning instead.
It's looking like Libero, he's got eyes, exactly. There we go, the dash into position. Looking for the follow-up. Could get on it closer. Such a hard target to hit. This guy gets something out of it. Libero, no blade love for him. We will have the sound barrier keeping his team alive, and this may be the moment. Despite him not picking up the kills, Savioli wasn't sleeping. He gets to work, and they will flip it at the bitter end here. 99% for London Spitfire. The New York Excel will now try to catch up.
Works out well for them, but I have to kind of guess that if he had the barrier, he wouldn't have had to deflex. Probably get a couple more slashes and maybe another kill. Doesn't matter in the end, but an interesting order to see what New York is preferring there, to see what the blade can get done and then barrier. Because if the blade gets nothing done, then you can still get kills during your barrier from the rest of your DPS.
Beef your targets, beef your targets. There we go. Pulse bomb on the gesture. And well, you'll be picking up that monkey in bits. Where is the follow-up, though? They're just going to go ahead and give ground here. London Spitfire don't want to have anything to do with them. Notion! Oh, he dies right before Savioli can pick up the frag.
That's a small victory. Hey, you don't get credit in the kill feed. very small victory. On the entrance for London Spitfire coming in, though, they're going to have both support ults. They've got Tactical Visor. New York needs to hold on for one more fight. If Transcend can get them to where they need to be as far as ultimates go on the swing back, but if this first engagement it goes London's way, they're in trouble.
They've got the double, and both Trans is getting used now. Double Zoom Yaga on the map. They're running all over the place. Birdring looking to capitalize as the Trans wears off with the Tac Visor. He's not getting too much, although he does manage to just wreck Janus. Closer will find that kill. Libero with the blade. Staring down. Oh! The Hex, the Helix rockets right in the face. You're thinking, I mean, that is a nightmare situation from Notion. He's like, please stay away, please stay away, please stay away. Birdring's there to save him, though.
Yeah, but that's how useless Blade can be when you don't have a dash up. You're just a guy walking towards him like, hold on, if you guys stay right there, I will kill you in a moment. Please don't, but why are you backing up? Why are you backing up? And then dead.
Libero just dancing through the window. Sabiobi's gonna be there as well, but this is only a matter of time. We will have the sound barrier, however, so this could be the difference maker, and Sabiobi finds the kill on Birdring. Gesture of Ocean still in the fight, and there's the self-destruct to try and clear him off the point. Libero is gonna be hanging around here, and he still has Mono to watch his back. Sabiobi with the big plays, and could this be the moment here for New York Excel? Can they finally turn it? This would be a hero play from them. Unbelievable, they managed it.
The Morning Star reigns, and he gets 3 to bring his team back into this. Man, that is one big saddle he just put on and get his team on his back there. Huge plays from Sabiobi.
Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Deep nade all the way in. Oh, style from Zonak! Sick sleep!
New York, the city that never sleeps. Not the same for London. Take a nap, take a siesta. Bye-bye.
Oh, we will have Nade getting chucked in, and another sleep attempt. Not going to connect this time around, but that would have been a bit dicey with all of his teammates there to jump on the monkey. Instead, it will be New York Excel. Now, overtime, the table has turned. London Spitfire are the ones battling here to stay alive to try and flip this point back their way, but it's not looking too hot here. One of them falls in a second as well. Libero with the blade is going choppity chop. Prophet going to be able to get out. And this is definitely looking pretty good here for New York Excel.
Libero just hasn't been able to find the dash resets there. Every time we go to him, he's just holding the blade, hoping that someone comes near him. Not that one, though. He gets punched by a random Doomfist out of nowhere.
This has got to be it, though. Prophet doing the best that he can to stay alive. He's buying so much time. Sabiobi clubs him in the face, however, but that bought enough here for Wu Yall to get back into it. D-mech'd quickly. Now it's on Birdring with the Tac Visor, but the overtime wick had been burning so long. Instantly flipped, and New York...
They're feeling happy. Looking pretty happy about that one.
What a comeback. You almost write them off at that point.
I keep telling you, it's Tracer's world. We're just living in it. When you got this level of Tracer play. Look, I think it's Tracer's best map. I think this is the best stage for her as well. There's a lot of places to dodge in and out of. Some decent packs for you. Sabiobi really clutch it up for his team. And then the nice switch from Jonak to come onto Ana there at the end. That dart was absolutely enormous. Some late switches. New York finds a way.
That was a sick dart on Prophet. You gotta love those kind of flick plays, man. So quick and just, well, lethal. If you were Prophet, that wasn't a good time. All right, 1-0 lead now for New York Excel on the points. They need another one here to tie up the series 1-1 in maps. Well, London Spitfire, let's see. Let's follow Janus. He just goes leaping right in and pancakes Birdring with the help of his team. He will get traded by Gesture, however. But then there's just too much damage. These tanks are getting wiped out for London Spitfire.
Well, tanks are down on both sides of things, but New York with a little bit better of it. Is both tanks out for the other side, that means there is no escaping. Meko goes in there and cleans it up, and New York's going to take first control of this. It's going to be interesting to see where they want to posture, because they're running pure dive. You generally don't want to sit back on the point and wait for the team to come in on you, especially when that team's running a Soldier 76. It's not pure dive, so they're going to have long-distance damage.
There you go. You called it. They just dive right in on him, stop him at the door, put him in that choke point, and make it real difficult. There we go. The D-Matrix stopping that one, but look at the damage coming in from Libero when they're all stacked up, one on top of the other in that room. No way to get away out of the way of the dashes.
Just the swift strike through, swift strike out, and you're eliminated. I want to see Libero's blade coming up next because he's missed his first kill on it several times, and he's just walking around there like a confused guy holding a thing of wrapping paper over his shoulder. Just absolutely non-lethal. And it's just a matter of getting the resets. It's a snowball kind of ultimate, but that snowball doesn't start if it doesn't snow at all.
This will be interesting here because Prophet is right now camping that point. Nobody is there. Mano is just now working his way back over here. Is he going to be able to make it in time? Mano just barely makes it in time to stop that point from getting flipped.
I'm just starting to feel bad for Libero. I just can't buy a kill with that Dragon Blade. Both supports down. London Spitfire should be taking this unless there's a miracle in SBB's pocket. Does not seem like that's the case, so they're just going to stall out, get every bit of percentage they can. They will end at the 63 mark.
That was sick from Prophet. They saw him too, and so New York hesitating just an instant too long there. With Prophet camping the point, he forced their hand, had to peel back from the fight to stop him from flipping it, and well, that threw everything in disarray. And so London Spitfire now gets to get some percentage rolling for him. There we go, Prophet. Oh, he doesn't get it, but oh, never mind. Zodak goes back into the palm.
Not the finest example of defensive maneuvers right there. Birdring does pop his visor, but gets taken down immediately. Not gonna matter as the rest of New York will fall very quickly. I want to give Prophet the credit there, and Tracer is an overall hero. The strategy you need to employ is putting pressure on the other team. That doesn't always have to be bullets. A lot of it is backcapping. Where are you going to be? Is there a flank I can exploit to make them turn around? Just being alive as a Tracer can change it. You don't have to full clip people all the time. Your positioning is so important.
Well, now it is going to be New York, but they move in as a unit. All together here, the Matrix is up for Woo Hyul, but he is going to back out, look for some of the squishy targets here in the back line if he can. Not quite going to be able to find Saviolbi. Instead, it's going to be Meko. Meko with the self-destruct, and then Mono with the follow-up on Gesture. Libero now? No, not going to happen.
Really wanted to get in there. He's really just having struggles finishing some kills here. But they are all pushed back. Saviolbi will take down Bedosian towards the end of this fight. And now London has one good chance at this. A self-destruct into the courtyard might open it up for them if they want to try to get courtyard access. But you'd have to imagine that this is not going to be the biggest self-destruct, but try to get some space to work with.
Well, Prophet's on the point already, and the fight begins. Gesture leaps in. Prophet still capping that point, still flipping it. Nobody from New York able to get back in time, and in the meantime, Woo Hyul still finds Libero. That blade, it's made out of rubber. He's getting nothing out of it.
Someone call Libero, he's crying. This has been a ridiculously bad series of blades from an otherwise very good player, but it doesn't matter. Rest of his team is there to pick up slack. Those are just zoning blades is what I'm gonna call them. They try to clean it up. There comes a self-destruct. We'll get them off the point for a moment, but only for a moment.
Only for a moment. They have managed to withstand it, New York Excel. They should be able to flip now. Birdring gone, and 98-99 overtime burning. Now Gesture and Prophet are here to tap it and keep it alive for their team, but they're not going to be alive for long. Prophet down to half HP, insta-kill by Saviolbi, and that will be it. New York Excel will tie up the series 1-1.
Exactly what we expected. Libero towards the end just went to Soldier 76. I think he'd had enough of it. Sometimes a hero just eludes you no matter how gifted of a player you are. No doubt that Libero, one of the best DPS on the planet, couldn't find it as Genji. Does not matter because he's got 5 other